Just finished prepping the new Fukui mountain or hillside bee sanctuary. I put down 3 bags of clover. I actually planted some crimson clover, right? So hopefully it will spread around where the beehive is going to be put. And I put I threw out clover around the bottom area and up the road, which I think is the best chance for it to grow. And when I get another 2 bags, I'll put 2 bags on the top area, right? So a total of 5 bags. So I got 2 more bags. Next I'll bring 3 more. I'm gonna bring 3 loads out here. Didn't take that long. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I don't know. Just throwing. You know, I don't know if the boars are gonna just eat the clover. Like, oh, thanks for the snack, and eat. You know, but that's actually cool because they'll eat the clover and then they'll poop out the seed, right? With fertilizer. So that actually may work out really good. They eat and poop, so you get a little poop with their seed. I don't know. You know, I don't know until we see. It's all an experiment this year in seeing how this works or not. I call it the poor man's way of sharing clover. The simple fact that it spreads everywhere. You know, obviously it spreads where seed is dropped, and the only way it's going to spread it wildly, you know, in the wild is with the flower. So I don't see any reason why if I cut the flower after it's been, you know, a whole bunch of flowers and throw it out there, they're going to dry and they're going to drop the seed. And you're going to actually, by throwing clumps of flower out there, you're actually going to get clumps of seed dropping in areas. That hypothetically what should happen is that you should have these clumps of clover growing and then they'll spread out, kind of like bald patches, you know, like clumps of hair, and then it will hopefully fill in. That's my thinking. Whether it is gonna pan, you know, true or not. I mean, I think farmers, anyone would say, oh, that's not gonna work. You know, wind's gonna blow it away, water's gonna wash it away. There's so much that can happen from now to next year. But you know what? I'm just doing nature's way, except, you know, I'm just throwing out the cut flowers that have, you know, hopefully got seed in them. You know, for me to try to get the seed out and then try to plow the ground and, you know, rake the ground and then go out there and sow the seed and then what, it just ain't feasible, right? For my time and for the amount of work that I want to do. It's all about getting the right flowers in a habitat where they can get a foothold, grow, and ultimately then get some bees in there, you know, feeding off them, growing the bee, you know, getting the bees going and everything else. So we have bees. You know, to me, again, always a startup to me, and this is probably my biggest failure why I'm not a good entrepreneur, right? I'm not a good entrepreneur. I'm an innovator. I'm an excellent, I think I'm you know, I'm a non-physicist Tesla in my view, right? If I had physics, I would be a Tesla. I don't have physics, but if I think if I had physics, I would definitely be a Tesla, like Tesla. In innovation, I think I see paradigms and other things where people just don't, you know. And I believe, you know, what I'm doing, the long-term impact of what I'm doing is more important than the short-term monetary gain for me, in my opinion, right? It's the long term. I mean, years from now, what I seed, what I plant here, what I get going here in these different sanctuaries, I call sanctuaries, is going to help the Japanese bees recover, right? And if other people can learn from what I do, this is how I think of it, and I could have another Michael Trout or even somebody that's 10%. You know, I work a part-time job, and ultimately, you know, I work 10, 15 hours a week. Maybe, no, more than that, maybe 10, yeah. Ultimately, you know, I'm getting these little projects going. So I hope I can inspire people. I hope it inspires people. And if there's some wealthy benefit. Did I miss my fucking turn? I don't think so. I want to turn up here. I'm rambling and driving. It's always not always a good combination. Here it is. Here's where I want to turn. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. So this is the 26th, June 26, 2012. Just the first spring, first summer of launching what I call Beekeeping Japan. And the goal this year is learning about bees, learning about the Japanese bee, finding them, and then figuring out what plants they really love and like, which I've done, and making sure that those plants are in those regions, right? So there's a constant blooming cycle, you know, and take it from there and see what happens. One step at a time.